I will show you how to do this in React, right? Let's see how we can design this. So we will create one simple interface. Here our intention is to understand this change event, how we can use with various. Let's create a new folder. Yeah. EMI calculator. Okay, EMI calculator.jsx. Okay, so here I will add this export function EMI calculator. So it will return a simple interface. Rate for that. Class margin is 4. Padding is for BG light. Okay. Now we have this in the startup EMI calculator. Okay, this is our empty screen we are having. Okay, so I'll just add so style also and height as 100 VH. Viewport height. Okay. Some gap we will add here. So this is having means 2 divisions we will use. Okay, the background color is fine. Just some transparent. I think somewhere we given some other effect also. We will remove that. Okay. So I will just create 2 containers there instead of this. So div will have a class as what? Row. Class as what? Call. Equal size means call 8. And another div call 4. 4 is not required actually. That's fine. We will use that. Okay, and here we are adding some rows. So div class as a row. In this, we are having a div. This is a label. So loan amount. That's what we are adding there. Class as form label and font weight as bold. Okay, this is loan amount. Below that, we need a slider. Input type is what? Range. Minimum is suppose 25,000. That is the minimum they have given. Suppose max I given some 10 lakh. Okay. So that is minimum and max value as 25,000. So default value is 25,000. Actually value will come later. Okay. Class as form range. That is a slider we are having. I think we will keep this into how much? 6, 6 and 6. Default it is fine. Okay. Now this is one row. I will copy another row. So here we will put a label loan. What is it? Tenure. So minimum is 1. Maximum is what? 7. This is another slider we are having. Fine. Value we will put later. And one more we need. What is it? Another row. Interest rate. loan interest. Okay, minimum is suppose 10.45, maximum is 18.45, and important is they have a step value na, range have a step value, some 10,000 is the step value. Okay, here step value how much? So 0.0.01. Okay, these are the three sliders we are having: loan amount, loan tenure, and interest rate, right? We will put below another div and button calculate. BTN and BTN some primary. Okay, that is calculate button. So we are having the calculate button here. Every row will have margin Y3 so that we have some gap. We are having some gap between them. Fine. Now right side colors effects, you can add anything, right? Now some more work is there. What is it? Beside the label, they given a text box na. Input type is what? Text. Here they have a text box, loan amount. So here there is a text box. Actually, these two are in another div. Okay. And this will have a class form control. One text box is also there. Then we have class, what is it? Deflex, justify content between. One left and another one right. So this is label in one div. This text box is in another div. For alignments, that's what we need to do. Same thing I need for the second one here. So div, in that one div have label, another div is having a text. Input type as text. Class form control, and here deflex, justify content between. Okay, that is loan tenure. And this one will have suppose style and width as suppose 20. So 50 pixel. That is small. That is only for year. Right. And I think we need below this label here, below this text box, below the text box, not below the text box, actually below the slider. Below that spider, we have ampersand hash 8377 semicolon. That is Indian currency symbol, 25,000. This is the starting amount. And this is the ending amount. Okay. And this will be having a class float end. Float end means it will come right side. One will be left, another one will be right. Right. Same loan tenure also same. Copy. Okay. Here loan tenure. One will be how much? 1 year. And the second one will be how much? 7 years. One will be left and right. And interest rate also same below this range. We'll have another one. What is it? 10.45. And here it is 18.45. Actually, that is percent. So we have a percent symbol. Majority design is important. I think we're missing a text box also. So this is having a div. Inside that one div label, another div, we have a text box. Input type is what? Text. Okay, form control. And here we are having class D flex. Justify content between. Okay. Here also style width is equal to 50. Okay. And it is showing like this. That's the left side panel is ready. Now what we need to do is when user clicks calculate, the summary should come here somewhere, anywhere you can display. But first the logic is here. We have loan amount, interest, loan tenure, interest rate. When I slide this slider, it should show the value inside text box. So first, what we need to do here, we need some constants. So we need some constant. First, what is it? Loan amount. So we will use loan amount. Okay, set loan amount. Loan amount is equal to use state. Initially, it starts with 25,000. Huh? That is the default value, 25,000. Okay, constant one is what? Year. Set years. Use state. Use state year is 1. Okay. Another constant, that is rate. Set rate. You can write interest rate or anything. Use state. It should start with 10.45. It starts with that number. We need to attach them to these text boxes. This text box will have a value. This is coming from loan amount. This range will have a value coming from where? Loan amount. Similarly, this text box will have a value coming from where? Years. Year. This also will get a value from year. So this text box will get value from rate. Slider also will get value from rate. So that is all defined there. Am I right? Now here the width I give some 70 pixel for interest rate, that will be fine. Now what is the concept here is when user moves the slider, it should collect the value and display in text box, but it's not working because all are one way now. So you know what to do now. Yeah. So we have to write here. What is it? Function handle amount change. On amount change, collect the amount and set loan amount. Set loan amount is how much? E dot target dot value. That's it. Similarly, I need another one. So function handle year change. Year change, it should set year. E dot target dot value. Okay. Function handle rate change. On rate change, what we have to do? Set rate. E dot target dot value. Okay, and we need to attach them to the slider as well as to text box because both should work. So to the text box, we will put here, what is it? onChange, handle amount change. Here also onChange, handle amount change. And in this text box, onChange, handle year change. For the slider onChange, handle year change. Now here in the text box, on change, what is it? Handle rate change. And here also on change, handle rate change. Okay, now you see when I am sliding here, it is going to change and show the value now. And here loan tenure, loan interest rate, it is going to display them. That's the value. Now, when I make any change here, I will type here and say 3, then it should change. That means the value change in text box should reflect on the slider and the slider should reflect in text box. Okay, now what we have to do? We need to click calculate and calculate the loan tenure and display the result here, right? So generally, how we calculate, they provide some formula for that. You see, they will give you the formula. That means how loan EMIs are calculated. Huh? How EMI calculated? Huh? You see, they will give you a formula. Principal amount, interest rate, 1 plus R to the power of N. Now this we need to convert into JavaScript understandable. So every business application we design with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, but their business calculations we don't know. That means how bank calculates its EMI, floating slab interest rates. We don't know anything. They will simply give us a formula. But that formula we cannot write as it is in our computer programming, because computer programming will not support all mathematic operators, you know. Am I right? Then we need to convert that into our software understandable. Java have Java operators functions, .NET have operators functions, JavaScript have operator functions. Let's see how we can do that. So actual EMI formula, if you see now, EMI formula, yeah. You see EMI formula is this one. This is the EMI formula. That is the actual EMI formula we have. This is the EMI formula. Now, how you will do this in your general JavaScript? That means you must use your operators and convert that. Let's see how we can do that. Usually this is the EMI formula. And how we convert that, you see. So this is EMI is equal to P into R into 1 plus R to the power of N. Okay, let's see how we can do. That should happen on calculate click now. So we will put another constant EMI. Set EMI is equal to use state. Initially it is empty. Okay, now here we will use. So function handle calculate click. Calculate click. On calculate click, we have to first get local variables. P. P is the amount. How you'll get the amount? Already amount is selected through slider and text box. And we will use parse int. Parse int, what is it? Amount, na? Loan amount. Understood? P is principal amount. So that means we are getting the principal amount, that is loan amount. Okay. Initial, it is how much? 25. It will be changing when you are changing. Why we need to convert into integer? Because every input from HTML is a string. From HTML, whatever you input, it is a string. From any element you input, it is considered as a string. You need to convert. Okay. That is principal amount. Okay. Next, what? We need rate na? R, interest rate. So where R? R is equal to interest rate. We have to use what? Parse float, not parse into rate. Rate by 12 by 100. Why? Because interest rate is in percentage. You cannot use a percentage in calculation. Percentage must be converted into a number. By 12 means per year. Interest rate is calculated per year by 100. It will get us 0.060776 like that. Okay. Next what? N is tenure, number of months, because EMI is calculated for month, but it is taking year na. So parse int, what we will do, we will take year into 12. Why? Because we are selecting in years, but have to calculate in months, but in 12 months. 1 year means 12 months. 24, 2 into 12, 3 into 12. Okay, next what? Principal amount, interest rate, and number of periods. Okay, now we will calculate EMI is equal to, how to calculate EMI? P into, so P into R, yes, P into R into, what is it? 1 plus R to the power of N. How do you calculate that? Math.pow. In JavaScript, you have a math power function, 1 plus R base to the rise to the power of N. That is how we write. This is JavaScript mathematical functions. JavaScript have math function, math library, which will provide a power. Power 1 plus R to the rise to the power of N. Divided by na? Divided na? Again what? Math dot what? Pow. What is it? 1 plus R to the power of N and minus 1. N is capital letter, yeah, to the power of N. This I will enclose in a parenthesis. This is the EMI. That's the formula they have. What is our responsibility is to convert that formula into JavaScript understandable. Now what we need to do, set EMI is equal to EMI. Okay, the result is in this EMI. So actually this is a local variable. We designed only to use inside this. That result we are storing in EMI. Now handle calculate click. We have to use on click na. On click. So this is handle calculate click. And the result must be displayed somewhere right side here. Right here, I will keep a div heading. So loan amount, loan installment amount, or detail also we can show. Loan installment we need to display there. Loan installment we need to display here. So how? Suppose I will just keep here. So padding start is for some gap. We will keep some gap. Loan installment amount. Just only number I will give. We can add so many details. How much loan installment amount? Here we will keep a div. And here we will put, so what is it? EMI. EMI to local string. So en hyphen in. And what is it? Style. Style is what? Currency is what? INR. And minimum fractional digit. How much? 0. Maximum fractional digit is also 0. Just we are keeping that value. And this number, we will have a class. So this is font size as or H1. That means heading style it is going to display. That is loan installment is 0. Right. So I am selecting the loan amount. How much? Loan tenure, how many years? And I am selecting interest rate, how much? And click on calculate. It should get that. That means it should get and display. If you want, you can collect all details and show up. That means how much amount, how many years, and what interest rate, and total monthly payment, how much. I just got one information and displayed. You have to collect others. Remember, this is not the complete formula we implemented. We just implemented a basic because their interest rate year wise changing. They have a table. We have to see the table. According to that, we have to implement the formula. This is one basic. This is to show you how to change. Suppose I selected 5 years and calculate. It should calculate. Na? We haven't written such logic. Huh? 5 years. So, and calculate interest rate and all. Huh? We can enter from anywhere and click on calculate. It should get that and display. We can make any changes and we can calculate. Now, details we can display later. One more point is there, dependencies, changes, we will do later. Means we have to learn about some hooks concept. Then we will learn some more techniques in this. Initially, I showed this to understand only one point. What is it? How to use our element state related events. And what is that event on change? On change we are using. If you want the value to be calculated while changing itself, then what you have to do, instead of button click on change itself, you have to do all this calculation part. Am I right? This all calculation you have to do and store in EMI while they are sliding. Na? That means everywhere you have to just call the function and use it. Right? That means, for example, this is the code, calculate EMI and display. Suppose here I am using a function as EMI calculate. Calculate EMI is a function. In that we are keeping all this. Now what you do, you can call that on change na. Calculate EMI. I am collecting here. On year change also na. I am calling here. On rate change also calculate EMI. So what is the concept now? You don't need to wait until button is clicked na. So you are changing, it will be displaying there. Am I right? So we can handle that by using the change. By using the change, we can do that. Interest rate. Am I right? We can define any way. So we created a simple reusable function and handling it. Right? This is just to show you these events, how to handle this change. Right? One example, these two examples I will give. This one example is related to the previous one, elements data. How do we convert into uppercase? Element state dot what? JS. So another example. Another example is EMI calculator. EMI calculator is this one. These are element state related events. I hope you are clear. Right. Now, after this, we need to go into another concept we call timer events that we'll see in next session. Tomorrow we will do that, right? So already today, only few people are there. So then tomorrow we will discuss about timer events and examples on timer events. From tomorrow, as usual, we will have normal sessions. Okay. Because just 1-2 days people are not there, so I'm taking a short session. Tomorrow will continue. Okay. And tomorrow's session is important. You cannot miss that. We will learn about concepts called debounce, throttle, how they work. Some new concepts are important that we will discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay. Right.